Elmo's got a gun.
Elmo's got a gun.
Big birds on the run.
You're so weird.
The fun has just begun.
What movie was that?
Nothing. I don't know.
Where it was like Janie's got a gun.
Janie's got a gun. Oh yeah, that was
American Pie.
It was American Pie.
American Pie.
Yeah, it was American Pie. And they like attack her. They're like, oh my god, she has a gun.
Yeah, because that was Captain America.
Was it Chris Evans? Chris Evans. Yeah, Chris Evans.
Yeah, that was Captain America.
That was Captain America.
It's weird when you see him as Captain America.
Wait, no, that wasn't American Pie then.
That wasn't?
No. It was one of those movies like
from back in the day.
Van Wilder's
something.
Yeah, something like that.
See, it makes sense. Oh.
Yeah.
What? No, it wasn't American Pie.
No. I only remember, and I know this is a really weird thing to point out, but at one of the points, Chris Evans does this thing where he puts where he puts like.
I thought that was the other guy.
No, that was Chris Evans. He put like whipped cream on his chest and on his crotch and put a cherry on there when he was seeing a girl. It was like about turning like an ugly girl, even though that chick was not ugly. Into a hot chick.
Yes.
But it wasn't American Pie, no.
It wasn't. Now that I think, I don't know.
I don't remember what it's called. I just remember it was one of those movies.
They all felt the same?
Yeah, because that Van Wilder with Ryan Reynolds, that was the same kind of thing.
Oh,
it was the same kind of style. American Pie, same kind of style.
I've been like flashing back to just old stuff lately. Like I've been remembering, who was the guy? See, I always try to remember his name on the spot, and I can't remember it.
Okay.
The guy who did The Shocker.
The Shocker?
The Shocker.
I don't know anybody who did The Shocker.
He was a comedian.
Dane Cook?
Dane Cook.
Yeah, Dane Cook.
I've been, for some reason, just like replaying random clips of his shows in my head.
But you're getting a lot of people now that are like, Dane Cook ran out his course when he started like dating or getting married to like a 14-year-old. Because that's what he's doing right now. There's a lot of different people.
They're all, look, man.
In their prime, they were great, and now they're like fucking falling apart.
See, what I've come to realize, and I'm not saying it's justification, but what I've come to realize is most of the people we like that we like glorify or celebralize.
That's not even a word.
It is now. I'm just imagining like a ray shooting you, and you turn
putting into an ether.
You've been celebralized. Yeah. That they're weird. Like all of these people, we're all human beings. You know what I mean? But they're weird freaking people who happen to get famous.
Fame. Well, no, that's another thing too. Is that are
it
you weird?
Change you.
Are you that is true? Because sometimes it does change people. Fame makes people weird.
It doesn't make you diddle kids.
Makes you what?
It doesn't make you diddle kids.
What is diddle kids? I thought you were saying something in reverse, like little kids.
No, it doesn't make you.
Wait.
That I believe that's something you already were doing before you became famous.
That's true.
And
there's an abundance of just weird shit going on with celebrities.
Drake and Josh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Was it? It was Drake, right?
Drake.
Yeah.
Drake Josh Bell was the fat one.
Josh Peck.
Drake Bell. Yeah,
Josh Peck. He started doing weird like
messing around with underage. I just don't get it. I'm sorry, y'all. Real quick. I'm D.
This is Lynn.
Project Airwaves.
Hello.
How you doing? I'm sorry. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
What is the... And obviously, you're not going to have an answer for this.
I am
but
not.
Why? What is the attractiveness of a child to a grown man? I just...
Ooh, okay, so one of the things that we're going to go over today, obviously not this, but the guy that you brought up with me, what was
H3H3?
H3H3?
Ethan Klein?
Ethan Klein? Like... Somebody
he did not do anything to children.
No. We're going way off on a different wing. But some people in their brain don't have the right processing to think that something's wrong. There was a coworker that I used to work with. I'm not going to put his name out there. He was a good person. He is a good person. Mm-hmm. He means well, but he's not mentally all there because when he would say certain things, you would stare at him and be like, why did you say that?
Yes.
But it's not normal for him because he processes it differently. And then at one point, like he has 2 kids and he has a third one now. And he had a third one. This dude's like 36, close to 40. And he had it with a 19-year-old. And it's like when he met her, she was 17. And now she's 19 and has his kid. But to him, that's fucking normal. So it's like some people... Not that I'm justifying it. Don't have the right. Oof. There's just a chemical imbalance in their brain that lets them think that that's normal. It doesn't mean that they're bad people.
There is psychology. Yeah. It doesn't make you bad.
It's like there was a comedian that made a joke that you can tell when somebody's been homeschooled for a long time and they go to public school because when you're in public school, you're in a social area where you're talking to people, and then when that homeschool kid comes out to public school for the first time because you'd be like, "Hey, dude, what's going on?" And he goes, "My name's Daniel, and my dad likes to cut my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in squares." And you just look at them like, why the fuck did he say it like that?
Why?
Because to them, because they're in this enclosed space all the time with no human interaction, they're very antisocial and awkward.
Yeah.
The guy that's
I'll give you that.
H3H3, like you said, pretty sure he has Asperger's.
Well, I'm not going to.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm analyzing the fact that due to I come across a lot of people and talk to multiple different people with me having to teach.
Yeah.
And I can tell a conversation with someone that functions normal.
They're
society,
a little different.
And someone that talks differently and acts differently.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, they're not bad people. There's people I've talked to that completely, I have nothing in common with them. They're not as up to speed when it comes to having conversations, but I've talked to them and they're like, oh, you're a cool person. Would I hang out with them in public? No, because it's just this weird, awkward.
I could say that because I've had some of the. Look, one of the most interesting conversations I ever had was with a narcoleptic. You know what narcolepsy is?
Yeah, where you fall asleep.
Yeah, you just at any moment. Yeah. So we're just sitting there talking, and he's just out.
Oh, cool.
But then he would like come to,
but you can't
and pick up from where we left off.
Narcolepsy's not
it's not
brain disorder kind of thing.
I mean, it is. It's mental. It's a thing in your brain where your brain cuts out for a short, brief period. You literally go unconscious.
Not affecting your thought process on forming words.
Yeah, it's not like mental retardation.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Asperger's would be a form of mental retardation.
I'm just saying, I've had really interesting conversations with very weird people.
Were these people in real life, or is this something going on inside of your head?
In my head. No, it was when I was doing security on the strip because you run into all types of characters. You run into
all types of characters.
All types of characters. Like one dude, Smooth Deanie.
I remember,
yes.
I remember I came to hang out with you.
Zingers.
You were working at the Hawaiian Marketplace that was at Zingers off of Las Vegas Boulevard. And I thought it was a vagrant, a homeless person that came up. And you're like, no, he's a magician. I was like, okay. I was like, he's a magician at like kids' parties? Or is it just like a vagrant that says that?
Legit.
I remember he showed the magic trick. He was doing something with the fucking card. And then he's like, is this your card? Is this your card? And I just look at him like, no, man. I'm waiting for him to like pull the card from behind my head or under a table. He points up in the air. He goes, is this your card?
He pointed at the glass.
Not even, dude, it was the scaffold at the very top of the
I don't
building
know how he did that.
Hundreds of feet up in the air.
I don't know how he did that.
And I'm like, how in the fuck?
He took off.
Yeah.
For a short time. He got to perform on the strip or whatever in some type of thing.
Kind of like David Blaine.
Yeah. He was a weird one. But, I mean, hey, it took off. So, sorry, we deviated. I was just saying. But the ultimate thing we wanted to focus on was Ethan Klein, Mr. H3H3, accidentally slipped up. And so, people, I guess you could say where me and Lynn were kind of going is context means everything. So, the long and short of it, he accidentally said someone should kablooey the NRA building.
National Rifle Association.
People didn't take very well to that. Now, immediately after he said it, he did backtrack. He did try to,
He said he'll rewind on it.
He did kind of try to polish a turd, but it's still a turd. And unfortunately, like we were talking about, so many times people will take maybe a snippet, 5 or 10 seconds of something you said without the entire statement or the entire explanation, and they'll just run with that. So, I was just talking about like perception. It's crazy how people are so willing to accept that you're getting this tiny little breadcrumb of a conversation, and they're blowing it into just like astrological proportions over nothing. It's like, y'all.
Astronomical.
Thank you. Astronomical.
Astrologicals. I don't even
My brain is almost there.
I don't think that's a word either.
Astrological it is. Astrology.
Astrology?
Yeah.
That's where you just call it astrology then.
Your sign.
It wouldn't be astrological.
I was trying to use a big word.
You're making up words as you go.
Wrong word.
The only doctor that can do that is Dr. Seuss, and he's no longer with us. Dr. Seuss can make up words.
I mean, he can.
Red fish, blue fish, me fish, you fish.
Stop.
That's probably not right either.
You're colorblind, so which one is red and blue?
That's not fair. You didn't have to go and pick up on that. That was unnecessary.
Your fault. You bought the dry erase board with all the markers.
I did. I tried to.
He's like, which color makes this pop? I'm like,
I tried to write something down on my board so I could keep track of what we needed to do for this wonderful business that we're trying to do. Yeah. And I'm writing everything in black, and I'm like, you know what? This needs more color. And then he made a comment like, why does it matter which one you pick? Because you can't see color. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I started trying to fill it in, and I'm like, yeah, I can't even see these colors. Every color looked the same but lighter, and then I'm like, well, this one, and I'm like, that's not black, it's purple. It's purple. Yeah.
But he got it done. Yeah, man, all right. Whew, that was your icebreaker.
Yeah. So
let's jump off into the topic.
What was the topic? Do we have a topic today? We don't have a topic today.
Well, I mean, technically, the topic was Lynn after
all
of his
I was
amazing
for a while.
Superman feats, after his fearlessness, his impenetrable armor, his ever-broadening horizons, his intelligence, his unwavering testicular fortitude.
I don't understand what you're doing.
This man done caught the CV-19.
Yeah.
Or he caught it and is over it now because obviously we're recording.
Yes.
But he did catch it.
I was out of commission for
What, 2-3 weeks?
Almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I finally got back to a normality a couple of days ago. I got it. I was out on...
Speak into your mic.
My bad. I was out on Friday. I went to dinner with the girls, and when I was out, everything was fine. I felt fine. You know, went out to BJ's, went and got some food, and then went down to. You remember we'd been to it a long time ago, but it was the park way the fuck up. There's like a giant clock, like a watchtower clock.
Talking about Penis Park?
Is that what it's called?
That's what we used to call it.
No, but it's
Penis
not that
Park.
one. But it's
You're
up
talking
in
about
Summerlin.
Summerlin.
It's up in Summerlin.
Past the, over the Charleston and 215 off to the right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't called
We used to go there all the time.
Penis Park?
We called it Penis Park when we were in high school.
Okay, so that was that park.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. Why was it called Penis Park?
Because it was this big flat park, and you just see this big giant obelisk sticking out there.
So
We called it Penis Park.
So it's a really nice park. I haven't been there in a long time, and I was having nostalgia. I was like, man, this park is super nice.
Yes.
Did that, and there was no big issues and stuff. Saturday, I went to go to my buddy's house to watch a UFC fight. Sunday, I felt fine, and then Monday, I was at work, and I had a little bit of a sore throat. And I'm like, oh, you know, it's whatever. I've had sore throats. I've been sick normally, and my body kicks it really quick because I'm active, I'm healthy. You know, I take my supplements and stuff. I felt fine. Tuesday hit, the 10th of May. And I'm telling you, I've never been that sick in my life. It hit me like a fucking... My beard's getting in the way of this.
Beardy.
It hit me like a fucking truck. I have never had a fever that bad, and my body had never hurt so much. Like, I would go to move myself out of bed, and then my brain would follow afterwards, and I had to lay back down to where at one point I had messaged my roommate telling her, I was like, hey, if you don't hear from me within a couple hours, I need you to either come check on me or take me to the hospital because there's something wrong. This isn't normal. I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't move. I've never had a fever like that. I messaged my boss. I was like, hey, I can't come in today. Oh, I know. No, because I was supposed to meet up with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, huh? And then we canceled.
Yeah, we were supposed to do a video call, and I got home from work that Monday night, took a nap on the couch and woke up, and I started getting body aches. And I was supposed to do a video call with you for the podcast, and I was like, "Hey, something's wrong. I'm probably getting sick, so I'll reach out to you in the next couple days." Tuesday hit. I called out the Monday night because Tuesday I felt like dog shit. Wednesday I went to go get a test because I was like, you know what, this isn't normal. I've never felt this sick, and ended up coming out positive. I was like, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah,
dude, it's such a weird disease, or just disease. No, not a disease, a virus. Bring that back. Take it out of context. Do what you want with it. It's such a weird virus because you get sick, and the normal symptoms when you're getting sick is you know you're getting sick when you get a little bit of a runny nose.
Yeah.
You get that sore throat, that itch, and then the body aches come, fever, and then it goes away. Fever's the last thing that you get. Fever deducts down, body aches go away, sore throat kind of gets there. You start to get the phlegm and everything, and then your body's fine.
Yeah, for the most part.
For 4 days. Almost 5 days, I had a fever, and it started to make me panic because I with most stuff I know when it comes to like medical stuff, your brain can't cook for that long without having long-term effects.
That's kind of bad. Yeah,
like your body can't function. If you were to get fevers and then go off, and fevers and go off, that'll like start to deteriorate your cognitive function.
What was your temperature? What were you, over 100? What, one?
I was running between 102 and 105.
Okay,
and I was at that for 4 days. And this is funny is that I went through the drive-through. I got the rapid test, came home, tested positive, needed to get another test the next day to show it for work because I was like, okay, they make you quarantine for work for 5 days, and I was already out for 3 or 4 days at that point. So I go to Walgreens. I'm still like struggling. And you have to go through the drive-through to do the rapid test. You have to make an appointment. It's supposed to take between 1 hour and 48 hours, and I got my like response back within like 35 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm like,
what the fuck?
And it's like, I'm assuming because the level of intensity of how sick I was, I got the kickback almost instantly saying that I came out positive. I'm like, okay.
That's crazy.
So I sent it to work. After Thursday, I get a call. from the MGM has this COVID hotline where they call you and they're like, hey, so it says here that you started having symptoms on Monday, but then you called out Tuesday. So we normally give you 5 days. Do you feel like you would be good to go back to work Friday?
Fuck no.
And I shouldn't have said it the way that I said it because I was still struggling to open my eyes. I was still hurting. I was like, bitch, does it sound like I could go back to work? Because I had no voice. And she's like, oh, okay. So yes, you still sound very sick.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. You think? I'm still sick.
Just a little.
And she's like, okay, we'll give you another 5 days. We'll roll it through to the next week. I was like, fine. So Saturday hit, fever went away, body aches went away. I had no sore throat the entire time for those 5 days. Sore throat came after to where I couldn't talk. I had no voice.
Yeah, that's
and I was
weird.
like, what the fuck? And then I started getting, and I've never had this, but I started getting, you know what vertigo is?
Yeah.
Where the room starts to tip because your equilibrium starts to go
dizzy.
up. I started getting lightheaded. I'm sitting there trying to make food, and I couldn't stand for long periods of time because I noticed I was starting to get lightheaded.
You was
I'm like,
on that lean.
yeah. I'm like walking sideways, and I felt like Forrest Gump, like my mama told me. And I'm like, what? Something feels wrong. Yeah,
oh no,
that's
what? Waterboy.
Waterboy. That's Waterboy. No, Forrest Gump. I was like, life is like a box of chocolates, and I'm talking like that
Fired.
because I couldn't. It freaks me out.
It's almost like drunk talk.
Yes. So for me, and I'm not trying to be like to boost my own ego, but I spend a lot of time talking with people, so I feel like my cognitive ability to be able to form a good sentence and have like normal conversations is more than most.
Yeah.
You know when people don't talk to people very long, or when people are very antisocial, when they don't know how to communicate.
Right.
Properly.
They can't carry on a conversation.
I can carry on a conversation with anybody.
Right.
You can put me in the room with the most awkward person that barely knows how to talk, and I guarantee you I can pull a conversation out. It's just because I worked in hospitality for a very long time. I noticed when I was talking with people, I would take longer to form words, and I'm like, I don't like this. This is unnatural for me.
Yeah.
So after the sore throat went away, the vertigo and the dizziness was still kind of there, but then the brain fog hit.
That's where you caught me.
Dude, the brain fog fucked me so much because I started getting depressed. I was like, dude, I feel like I'm mentally drowning. Like everything started spiraling in my head. I'm like, this isn't normal. Like I don't know how to get out of this. I start thinking like, fuck, do I want to go back to work? Do I want to do this? I don't want to be around anybody. Things feel fucking weird. And it's like, people think that when you're sick with this or any kind of sickness, whatever, that it's just you're going through a physical aspect of being sick. But the mental part of it, of me having to get out of that depressing state, by the time another week had gone through, I tried to go back to the gym. I was so fatigued training. I'm like, I'm gonna, like, in my brain, I'm like, I'm gonna be like this forever. This is just fucking, this is
it's
how
almost like you gave up.
Yeah, I started giving up, and I was like, this is really, really hard to fucking deal with.
And isn't that like the weirdest mind fuck? Like when you're not sick, we can mentally power through a lot.
But
when you get sick, for some reason your mind is just like, we're not doing that today. You're just like, I'm gonna die.
It just shut everything down. And normally I can grind. I don't even ask for help when I get sick. I'm used to taking care of myself. And I was reaching out to everybody. I was like, I mean, my primary family, my mom's not here. She lives in Florida, and then my dad, him and my brother are the only family that I have here. I don't have a big family here. All my family's back home in Ohio. My dad reached out to me after I'd already gone through it all, and he was pissed at me. He's like, because Notch reached out to me, and he's like, hey,
you should have said,
what's going on? And I was like, with what? And he goes, don't play dumb with me. He goes, your brother told me, because he was my brother was trying to invite me to go to the gym or something, and I told him, I was like, hey man, I'm fucking sick. And he's like, so my brother told my dad, and he's like, hey, he goes, mijo, how are you feeling? I was like, I'm struggling. And he's like, yeah, because my dad got it back in 2020.
Oh yeah,
he got the OG version, and he said
original.
It fucked him over back in November. I got the Omicron version. Omicron, it hits differently because everybody that had the OG said they lost their sense of taste, sense of smell, and they had different symptoms. My shit, I tasted everything.
That's crazy.
I could taste a fart in a car a mile away. Somebody driving, and I'd be like,
pause.
I would be eating.
Was that hazelnut coffee?
Yes, I would be eating. It's hazelnut coffee. I would be eating food that was so bland, and I'd be like, "This food is just too salty."
Yeah,
everything amplified. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, I couldn't figure out what to do with my body, and it was like I would mentally be like, "Okay, this part's done. Here's the next part. This part's done. Here's the next part." By the fourth part, I was like, the brain fog was still setting in. 2 weeks had gone by, and I had to go to work that Monday. So Sunday night, I had horrible anxiety. I'm like, I can't function like this.
Right.
Not only had I not been talking to people because I'd been home the entire time,
Right.
I still had brain fog. The vertigo was still slightly there. I just couldn't.
It was like someone damaged your confidence.
Yes, I didn't want to do anything. So the first day I came in, everybody's trying to talk to me. The minute I come in, my boss, like everyone's like, "Oh, how are you doing?" and stuff like that, and I'm just like just autopilot, just no fucks given. And my boss instantly, the minute I get there, pulls me in for a little meeting. Nothing that I got in trouble for, but to update me on things.
Right.
So he's talking about all the stuff that's happening, and he has he's a white guy, but he's from South Africa.
He's Caucasian
male. Sorry, I didn't realize we were identifying when it comes to that. He talks like with an accent, almost like it's British, and he'll say "young man." He goes, "Oh, how are you doing, young man?" And he'll talk in this very like I don't know, like English accent.
It's a South African thing. Yeah.
So he was talking to me about stuff, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like the teacher from Charlie Brown, were like wah, 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 yeah. All that is going in my head as he's talking to me, and I'm sitting there, and he tells me all this stuff, and I just stare at him, and he goes, "So how do you feel about that, sir?" And I look at him, and I was like, "Dude, what?" And I said it like this, and again, I shouldn't have said it because I wasn't filtering, because I wasn't used to talking to people again. I just look at him, and I was like, "Sir, whatever you said." Anything you said, I honestly don't give a fuck about. And he just stares at me, draws his head back, and he goes, "Are you still not feeling well, young man?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "Well, what can I do?" I was like, "Nothing. I'm here to do whatever you need me to do. Just point and click and direct me." I was like, "If you're trying to drag a conversation out with me, I can't mentally do that with you. I'm here because I don't have a choice."
Right.
And I sounded pessimistic and negative saying it. I didn't like coming off like that.
But that's what being sick does.
I don't like to show other people that aren't close to me my actual emotion.
Yeah.
Because at work, I can come off being whatever way, and people don't ever get to see me be a certain way because you're not my fucking friend, no offense. So when everybody's trying to talk to me and they're seeing how this is, they're like, "Fuck, like, are you still sick?" And I was like, "Yes." I don't like showing vulnerability to these people. Because I feel like
they're not used to seeing you normal sick, how you just kind of snap out of it after like a week or so. This is constantly hitting you. So it's like they don't realize that not only are you past the normality of your normal sickness, now this is fucking with you psychologically,
I no
physically.
longer wish to be down with the sickness. I wanted to get up and get down with the sickness. Oh, wow. That's what I said when he asked me, "Young man, how are you feeling?" And I was like, "Wow." And he goes, yeah, so I don't know. It lasted. It's weird. And I not that I'm saying this is my favorite place to work, but
really,
Monday was rough. Tuesday got better. Wednesday, everything went back to normal.
Yeah.
And it was weird because I started having human interaction. I wasn't talking as much with my associates that I work with because we have a small team, but intermingling with students got me to where like, it's so crazy, and this is to go with you with your guy from H3H3. It's so crazy how human interaction and conversation, even with the most boring people, can really bring you back to life.
Yeah.
Because I spent 2 weeks. I was only talking to a handful of people because I didn't want to get anybody else sick.
Right.
So actually having communication with multiple different personalities forced me to be like, okay, I have to talk to people.
Right.
I don't have a choice. I don't want to talk to people.
Right.
But I'm going to talk to people. And then finally things started going back into play. That went through. I went through the weekend, and now we're on Monday. So
here we are.
Fuck me, dude. It reset me so bad. It's at the end of the day, I don't wish that upon anybody. It really, honestly, even for the most strong individuals, will really, what's Will Smith say? It'll turn your life upside down. Like it's a Fresh Prince face. Is that the beginning of it? You just went through like the whole half of the chorus. You might as well finish the song.
No, because I was at the beginning. Why are you doing this?
I'm gonna tell you a story about how my life got turned upside down.
Yeah, but he said some stuff before that.
Said, no, that's the intro.
Yeah.
He said, this is a story about how my life got turned upside down.
Kind of, somewhat. Enough.
So you jumped that part, and then, okay.
I'll tell you, I became
okay,
fuck
that
off.
works. Okay.
I like Will Smith.
I liked Will Smith.
He's my favorite.
He's got some issues going on right now.
They all have issues.
Everybody, all these celebrities.
Side note, I saw a funny a tweet. It was Will standing next to Jada at the Grammys where he did his dumb shit, and they said the Grammys calmed Will Smith down by giving him a statue of his wife.
That's fucked up. There was a meme, and it was from the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Award.
Choice Award, huh?
Choice, the Nickelodeon, like the slime thing.
The Kids Choice.
Kids Choice, and it was Aiden Smith, his son.
Aiden
Is
Smith?
Aiden Smith?
No.
What's his name? It's Aiden, right?
No. Stop it. You're fucking me up. There's Willow.
I'm giving you the Mandela effect.
Jaden.
Smith.
I was
The
like,
Mandela
who's
effect.
Aiden?
Jaden Smith when he's really, really tiny and he's introducing categories for best people. And it was him and this other younger girl, and he goes, yeah, and I'd like to thank my dad for getting me up here, and then it shows the clip of him saying, keep my name out your fucking mouth. And it just looks at him, it looks like him, it switches right to Karate Kid, and it's him saying, I hate it here, I want to go home.
Yeah, Will, I'm sorry. You will be the butt of a lot of jokes for a while,
For a while.
Oh, did you hear about the Dave Chappelle thing? The guy that tackled Dave Chappelle?
That was a while ago.
I know it was a while ago, but I guess they came out that...
Hey, Dave Chappelle goes, it was a trans man.
Yeah, I guess the guy got upset because Dave Chappelle was telling some, like, trans jokes or, like, homosexual jokes.
Supposedly from...
And the guy it was his final person.
No, because he was already premeditated because the guy had weapons on him when he ran up there.
The person had weapons.
The person.
It's a trans...
But it wasn't a trans anybody. It was a normal person.
No, but they said when they interviewed him after they got him to the hospital and they were arrested, they said that they were upset because he had made some trans jokes.
But then it was already premeditated because he walked up with weapons.
That's what
he was already planning to try.
They said it.
Whatever, he deserved it.
I don't know. All I know is that was the stupidest shit you could have ever done because you literally tackled probably like one of the most important people in like the black hemisphere. And you really thought he's
wearing the black Air Forces.
You really thought this dude wasn't going to come with protection? Like this ain't no Tekashi 6ix9ine, homie.
They messed him up pretty bad.
They broke
his arm. They stomped
Dave
him out.
Chappelle came. He went back there, fucked the kid up, came back on stage and was like, "I just beat this motherfucker's ass." So yeah, he got stomped out by. They got stomped out by like 20 people. It looked like hilarity. And then Chris Rock was like, "Was that Will Smith?"
Oh yeah.
That was funny. That's why I brought that up. I just wanted to say that.
Trying too much.
You're welcome.
Characters at the end
All
of the
right.
day.
What else? There was one more thing I thought you wanted to talk about.
No. I'm pretty wrapped up. I was gonna go over the Val Kilmer thing. Ray.
See, don't look.
I don't want to say it. So Ray Liotta. And I don't know a lot of people know about this, and I just saw it not too long ago. I don't know if most people have seen Goodfellas. Goodfellas, it's an old mob movie with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro.
Yes. And I get that mixed up with Casino all the time.
Really good mob movie.
Yes, great mob movie.
Well, Ray Liotta's been in a bunch of movies.
Oh, yeah.
Even still to this time, how old he was acting. Well, he passed today, unfortunately, and that was like a good actor.
Rip.
Anytime I would see him in movies, he was always good at playing like a bad guy or a really cool mob guy.
Yeah.
So I'm noticing he died young. I think it was like 62. I'm noticing a lot of these icons that we grew up around are not doing as well as you would hope to. Because I saw a clip for Top Gun of Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is 58 and he looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
And dude, I saw the thing for Top Gun, which is so fucking insane, which makes me want to see it. So it got really good ratings, like 97%.
It's amazing.
So the new Top Gun, he did all his own stunts.
He learned how to fly a fucking jet.
He trained the cast.
Yes.
How to fly a fucking jet. And they went through levels. So 3 months of training on doing jet combat, and they did all their own stuff with no CGI.
Because that's how he did back in the day.
Well, and that's what they're saying is that Tom Cruise is known for doing his own stunts. There's a part in Mission Impossible where a fucking plane is taking off.
And he's holding on
the outside
side.
of the plane.
Yes.
That's him doing it.
Yes.
I was like, it's so crazy to me
at
that
the same time, Tom Cruise is a fucking psycho.
He is a psycho. Yeah,
he yells at his cast. He comes down on people.
They made stuff about him because he's with what's his religion?
Scientology. Yep.
His Scientology background. There's people that are in Scientology that have very interesting personas.
Yeah.
They act very particular, and you can tell this person follows through Scientology.
They're
and if
different.
you ever try to get out of Scientology, they do this thing where it's like an excommunicado where they just put you out and put you on a hit list.
King of Queens?
Yeah.
Baby girl from King of Queens.
She got out of it too. And
she made a whole show about that
because it's got a very dark thing. Not that I don't want to dip into religion and stuff like that.
No, just because you brought that
up. I've only seen bits and pieces of the original Top Gun, and I forgot that Val Kilmer was in it.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer was in Batman.
He was his best friend or something.
I did not know that Val Kilmer was sick.
Yeah, see, you showed me some shit, dude. That doesn't even look like Val Kilmer.
He did like disintegrated, and I was trying to figure out why. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then I saw in 2015 that he stopped acting because he got throat cancer.
That's crazy.
He lost his voice entirely, so now he talks in those little Autobots. Like, remember the TV show The PJs?
Oh, yes.
The guy that would talk in a little,
you won't talk to me, little boy.
Yeah, just like that. So he talks like that, and I was like, Holy shit. I would have never known.
That's cray. Well, seeing that just shows you there's different types of celebrities, because it's just like we were talking about with the Will Smith thing, and now we got the whole Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing. Some people are really good at keeping their shit under wraps. You know what I mean? Even though they're a celebrity, they're not in the public eye, and they kind of had their run, and now they just kind of...
So there's a celebrity, I don't know if a lot of people know what his name is. This is my fault for not even knowing his fucking name.
Look it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Take a look. It's in a book.
Don't say it.
We just made a TikTok.
What is the name?
What is the name?
Where are there's a picture of side note of Bulma from Dragon Ball Z, and they obviously, like I said, there's a new DVD that's coming out of the movie.
Oh yeah,
and it's Bulma, but she's got cakes now, and it shows Bulma like the before. No, it's not Bulma. It's not Bulma. It's Hinata from Naruto. How she's really busty, but then there's another thing of her with a large shirt, and there's a picture of Batman saying, "Where are they?" How do you say that name? He plays Scarecrow in Batman.
See, here we go. Why do you do that
I
to
know.
me?
I'm sorry. I'm really good with names normally.
Oh my, Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy. So he played Scarecrow. He was in 28 Days Later.
Red Eye.
Red Eye.
Yeah, I remember him.
There's a TV series, one of the best series I've ever seen, called Peaky Blinders. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's like, if a lot of shows have different action and a bunch of different things that go on, Peaky Blinders is like, if I just want to relax and watch something, the story is so enriching, and it ran for 6 or 7 seasons. They just ended it this year.
Peaky Blinders.
It's called Peaky Blinders.
Interesting.
And the Peaky Blinders are it's like an old school mob that ran in the industrial ages.
Oh, okay.
They wear these little fucking hats that they have like these really thick accents. And his name on there is called Thomas Shelby. One of the most iconic, dope characters, because he's so smart that he can work his way through scenarios on a lot of things. And people love him for that, because this guy, what was his name again? Fuck.
Cillian
Murphy. They were interviewing him about personal stuff and a lot of things, and like, would you do all this on social media? And he just smiled, signed an autograph. He goes, none of this means anything to me.
Yeah.
He goes, I do this because I enjoy it, not because I care what people think about
That's
me.
it.
And he's in his late 60s. He looks fantastic, and he doesn't allow other things like social media and stuff like that.
Yeah. Right.
And he talks like that, like, he's just so fucking cool. He's too cool for his own good.
Yes.
Troy's like, no, that's nothing to me. And they're like, oh, but, you could do this. He goes, no, it doesn't.
Well, see, and then on the other side of things, you heard about your boy Flash. The kid who plays the Flash?
No.
The kid who plays the Flash in the WB series.
No, what happened to him?
He's pretty much done. There's constant multiple videos of him assaulting people, of him getting into fights with people.
I didn't know
He is bad publicity, bro. Like, he's not the Flash anymore.
The Flash was running its course anyways. They were already done. They were like on season fucking 10.
I
stopped watching it after like 6 or 7 because it was a good show.
First of all, the dude looks weird. I'm sorry, but you just look weird.
He's a good Barry Allen.
And your run, what kind of weird ass run was that, my dude?
Hey man, you try to run in place and make it sound like you're going fast.
First of all,
you run in place. First
of all, I've ran fast on a treadmill. We both have, and you did not look ridiculous like you were. He looked, honestly, I would have given him a pass if he was Iceman, because he looked like he was throwing ice things in front of himself.
I couldn't picture
like, what
trying
kind of
to
run
fake.
is that?
It's like the equivalent of, like, if you ever watch the CGI clips for Jurassic Park, when they're running, they have to pretend that there's something chasing them when it's all CGI put in.
Yes.
It's like, how do you show fear of something when there's nothing behind it?
But that's proper acting, though. It's when you can put yourself in any situation and act your way out of it.
As far as Flash goes, I think he did okay. As far as CW, they like to extend stuff out as much as possible.
I mean, look,
out of all
we
the
made
CW
Ben
ones,
Affleck Batman. That was just a bad move. That was a bad move.
No, because I saw when you watched him in Batman versus Superman, when there's a part where he has to save. They showed the differences of how when Christian Bale did Batman, when he hit people, you couldn't really you could see it and he would do stuff, but there was no mobility into it.
Yeah.
So when he hit somebody, it's like, okay, that looked like it hurts. They showed a clip, and I'm going to send you this clip later of him when Superman's mom got kidnapped. He had to go save her. Yeah. And there's a clip of him fighting these people. He's hitting people so goddamn hard. It literally looks like he's beating the dog shit out of people.
Those are sound effects.
But they made it
sound effects.
That's the whole purpose in being Batman.
But there's sound effects.
Okay, so they show the equivalent of Batman. Like, have you seen the most recent one?
No, not with what's the name?
That one's really good. It is good, but you get a young Batman there.
Yeah.
This Batman was a withered old Batman.
Yes.
So you're getting a more grimy, gritty.
But see, here's my thing. Whenever they want to give us a new version of Batman or Superman, they cast an entirely new actor. What did they do with Wolverine? From start to finish, we had Hugh Jackman.
But then now you know what happens, and what sucks about that, you lock in a character that no longer can be used by anybody, and it ruins it. It's like
no,
I would
be
rather
replaced.
But you're going to get the same output of what you're saying now. Is that they're going to bring in another person? Because you're like,
depends. No, because we've gone through all ages of Wolverine with Hugh Jackman, though.
Yeah, but that was in a very short period of time. Batman's been around.
No, it wasn't.
When did Wolverine?
The X-Men, so the first X-Men movie, bro, that came out when we were, teenagers?
It was 2000.
The early 2000s.
Yeah, it
so
came out 1999 to
2001.
2001.
Right, so we were early teenagers.
Batman.
That was the Weapon X experiment.
Batman came out in 1950.
Yes.
With Adam West.
What? Yes.
So it's longer.
Yes.
You can't.
I'm just saying.
That.
No, I'm saying they gave us Wolverine's entire story.
Yes.
From life. Well.
Yes, life to death. Okay,
from Weapon X.
That part I get.
You know what I mean? And it was all Hugh Jackman. Every time we get a different version of Batman, it's a different person. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, we had Val Kilmer. Mm-hmm. I forget who was before him.
There's George Clooney.
Right, but we only
Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer,
and we're only getting a small chunk.
If you look at my phone, Batman is like my go-to.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's a comic, but like we only get a small chunk, right? It's just this was what Batman was in that particular part of his life.
Yes,
Superman's the same thing. They want to give us a younger Superman. We had Christopher Reeves.
Yes,
he was like kind of the adult
and then
Superman.
Smallville,
and then they had the Smallville, which was the younger, completely new actor. Obviously, you couldn't do that because
but they did him from start to finish.
But they did, but see, we don't have a proper death. Like we didn't have. So, who's your boy, Henry Cavill? If they had given me Henry Cavill from start to death,
that's hard though, man, because you can't get a lot of people that want to come. Henry Cavill didn't want to commit to being Superman anymore.
Yeah, because he had spent almost 10 years as Superman.
Not even.
It was over 5 years.
About 5.
And he had a good 5 movies under his belt.
It's about funny.
Superman.
So if you had to pick a Batman to run it from start to finish, who would it be?
In one movie, or no? Let's say over the course of let's say over the course of 3 movies. Right, so there's
already been a course of 3 movies.
No, that's what I mean.
No, I'm talking if you're gonna go Wolverine. How many movies was Wolverine in?
Because Wolverine, we have that's what I was saying. We had 5 movies. So we had X-Men 1 and 2.
Yes.
Then we had the Wolverine Origins.
X-Men 3.
X-Men 3, where he killed the Phoenix.
Yes. Days of Future Past. He was.
Days of Future Past. He was there, huh?
He was there the entire time.
Yep. And then shit. What was it after that?
There was one more.
Phoenix.
No.
Dark Phoenix?
No, he wasn't in that one.
He wasn't in that one?
But there was one more Wolverine one, and then there was Logan.
Yeah, Logan. So that's what? Good 5 movies?
5 movies. Okay. So what Batman would you prove?
See, no. I can't answer that. That's you.
I could.
Because I don't like Batman. I like Superman.
Fuck Superman.
You give me Henry Cavill? Fuck that. You give me the cat that was from Scott Pilgrim that played him before? I can't remember his name. No, dude, I loved it. I downloaded, I pirated that movie.
That is depressing.
I liked it because they gave him a son at the end, and that guy was so good.
I remember seeing a video. There's the guy that played Lex Luthor in.
That was garbage.
No, and Lex Luthor. No, not the movie. Lex Luthor in Smallville.
Yeah,
he has his own podcast now where he interviews icon actors from TV shows. Like he did Dean Winchester from Supernatural.
Oh yeah,
he did.
God, I would love to talk to them.
Oh yeah, so he did Dean from Supernatural. He had that guy who played Superman.
Yeah,
and it was a video call one, and he was talking to him. And he's like, how do you feel? There's a TV show. It's another CW show like The Flash and Arrow and all that stuff. Called No,
I don't know. Moon Knight? Nope, that's not Moon Knight.
That was fantastic, by the way. Have you seen it?
Was it?
Oh, I just finished it yesterday.
Okay, I'll check
it
that
was
out
good.
Later.
The Persona. Do you have Disney Plus?
Yes, we do.
Oh, please watch. It's quick. There's only 6 episodes. The plot twist at the end is so fucking phenomenal.
Okay,
it's really good. And the last fight scene is very, very good. Very.
See, I'm interested. I don't want to be disappointed.
No,
I still got to finish Love, Death, and Robots.
There's
like 3 seasons, 4 seasons.
Well, they just made a new season.
Yes, season 4 now.
Yeah, I burnt through that pretty quick. That one was pretty good too.
Wait, okay, we're going too
sidetracked.
long.
I'm getting sidetracked. Sorry, there's too much going on. We'll wrap this up. We'll figure this for another time. This is what happens when you put us in a room and we start to spit.
I know,
shit.
right? If you haven't already, check us out on our social media, projectairwaves.com, YouTube, Facebook. We just started a TikTok. Go check us out. We'll put all the links in the descriptions down below. If you haven't already, go ahead and go to our Patreon, go to our Teespring. We got merch on there. Patreon is really cheap and affordable, so if you want to sign up, we love you forever. We're working on our merchandise. We will soon have pictures and videos for you folks to see.
There's a couple.
And, you know, of course, like I was saying before, if you want to get something now, go ahead and jump on over to Teespring and, you know, you can order some stuff, wear some stuff. We've updated some stuff. Yeah. Okay, I'm D.
This is Lynn.
Project Airwaves. Keep your head in the clouds.
Keep your feet on the ground, always moving forward.
All right, and we will catch y'all in the next episode. You did so good.
You did real good.